What's up, single woman? This is Kezia Alford. This morning, as I was sitting on my deck, I said, I really need to encourage the single ladies this morning. Uh, Sometimes it can get really hard and we can get discouraged and in the very place that we're in. And we just need just to not thinking that the Lord is not going to do it, but just needing a little encouragement. So I want to encourage you this morning to stay obedient to God and His Word and to His voice, because it's going to get you to your blessing, and it's definitely designed so you can meet your man of God. My quick story is I was working a job, and on this job, everybody was leaving this job, and I really wanted to go too. There's a lot of changes going on, a lot of management changing, and people were leaving, my friends were leaving, and I wanted to do it too. But I realized I got home and I said, "What? Well, Lord, I'm going to leave this job, but I haven't consulted you." And the Lord was like, "Right." You need to consult me because you belong to me. And I said, well, Lord, and the Lord was like, you didn't consult me. So I said, Lord, do you want me to leave this job? And the Lord quickly said, stand still. He was like, no. And it hurt me to my heart because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I realized I need to be in His will. And this time, you guys, ladies, you guys need to be in the perfect will of God, because in His will, that's where your blessings will come out of. So I said, all right, Lord, it hurt me so bad, but I stayed on this job. And I'm telling you, at this very job is where I got promoted to a purchasing department. I was at a dental company. And so within a week I was promoted, and I was scheduled to meet with a dental rep, and the dental rep actually got sick. Isn't that something? So the dental rep had to call his manager, which was my husband James, and we had to meet. So we had a one-on-one meeting with James. When he came in the office, I mean, he didn't have this big sign on his head and this big light that was saying, I'm sent from God and I'm your husband. I'm telling you, ladies, that's why we have to spend time with the Lord, and that's why we have to be sensitive to His Spirit so we can know, and so we won't miss something. I'm not saying that if in that very moment, if you don't recognize that someone is your husband, that you're going to completely miss it all the way around. It may be a delay, and I mean, who wants to delay when you've been waiting for years already? I know I don't want no delays in my life. I wanted that man at the very moment and the very time that God had for me. So anyway, I invited James out to church, and that's the first place where we were able to meet. I invited him to church, and I was leading worship. And I'll never forget when I looked out in that audience. This was the same man that I had no idea. I didn't know who he was. This very same man. I looked out in the audience when I was worshiping God Almighty. That's the first thing he seen me doing. I was laid out on my face. And I looked back out in the audience, and James was out in the audience doing this. I think he had a revelation that, wait a minute, this may be my wife. So anyway, I told you this story, and you guys know the rest is history. We were married, and it didn't take long. James and I I think, got together that January, and in May we were engaged, and in September we were married, and the rest is history. We've been married for, it'll be 7 years this year. God is so good, but guess what? It was all tied to my obedience. So I want you guys to be obedient, be sensitive to His Spirit. Don't get weary. Don't be moved by the things you see. You may not even be dating right now, but I'm telling you, God is a God that will do things suddenly, just like that in your life. You have to believe it. If He showed it to you, He's going to do it for you. I knew that I was designed to be a wife. I knew God had somebody here in Atlanta just for me, and He wasn't living in a way where I had to pray Him out of a worldly lifestyle. He was living a righteous lifestyle. He has a man catered just for you, woman of God. You're living right. You're doing the things that He told you to do. I believe God is going to bless you, and you're going to know who that man of God is, and He's going to accommodate the very woman of God that you are. You're not going to have to compromise. I didn't have to compromise. People was telling me all kinds of stuff. Kezia, you're going to have to compromise. Ain't nobody out there living holy. Nobody's living that right out there. I say, no, God has somebody just for me, and I'm not going to have to compromise. So I want you to stay encouraged. Know that God has a man of God for you. Stay working. Stay doing the things of God. Learn who you are. Learn what your purpose is as a single woman. Be working in the field. Find out your gifts, and just be ready for that man of God that He has for you. Be obedient, and God is going to bless you. Stay encouraged, woman of God. Single women, I love you so much, and I hope you find something in this message that's going to bless you. And if you want to, please share it. on your page. Share it with your social media sites, okay? Love you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.